What's up, guys? Jeremy Clark here, Phil's Jackson on X. I'm here with Nigel, one of our moderators and the admins in the Premium Tier Futures Discord. And I believe this is October 1st, and we are just looking at a ginormous dip here. What's up, Nigel? How you feeling this morning?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just observing the bloodbath,
It's definitely a bloodbath. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, looking at the open, this is a 5-minute candle. uh 6:30 California time, and it just fell off. There was a level that I had marked. I think it was a small FVG, and it was kind of holding up around 58. And then once 58 broke, um man, it's just plummeting. There's a previous range I have marked down to 57.50, maybe 57.48. But what I wanted to talk to you about and get your insight on, if we were looking at this from a Wyckoff perspective, the higher time frame to me, and I just glanced at it last night and I was thinking, well, this could go up. I, and I guess it did. I think what happened was it did go up in the pre-market and it did test the high, and I played some of it when it fell off. Um, I'm just looking to, let me close out the IB range. Okay, cool. So I'm looking at the 4 hour right now. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So on what was it? This whole section, this sort of rising diagonal wedge, to me that was the phase B of a Wyckoff range. It was really choppy and difficult to play. I would have marked it the sort of the bottom selling climax from around 57.48. Rallied up to 98. I'm sorry, that would have been the buying climax. And then
So distribution, right? Distribution phase you're looking at.
yeah, I guess that's right. I hadn't even thought about it that
Okay.
way. I was just thinking, this is in a range. But yeah, this would be actually the selling climax right here, the automatic reaction, I'm sorry, down to the
Yeah.
secondary test. We got there and there. We did get the little W shape, and then it went into this choppy mess going higher. Um,
Mhm.
Got a false breakout, rode the line, false breakdown, broke out above again, another false breakout. So this would put us in a pretty good situation for what's the opposite of a spring? I'm blanking on
Um, on
shakeout.
on the distribution side, it's the first uptrust, yeah, the false breakout that you mentioned.
Hmm.
That's the first uptrust, and then the second one is the uptrust after distribution. And now we're supposed to start getting some lower points of supply. So this is supposed to pop back up a little bit and start creating like the ice is supposed to be somewhere around the automatic reaction.
So would that be
So
around
yeah,
57.40, 57.50-ish, 57.48?
well the
The
bottom
bottom.
at the
Yeah,
wick, yeah.
yeah.
So that's the ice right there, and we're supposed to be start moving and creating like lower highs. So the lowest points of supply are supposed to start creating lower highs to break down the ice and start going. If it's a distribution cycle or
Yeah.
phase.
And I think if we lose, I have this red line is the median line that I marked at around 57.72. You mentioned 71 as a key level. Um,
Uh,
you know,
I think it was 74.
74.
Wait,
So
hold on, let me just double check.
right around
So
where
yeah,
it is right
74
now.
was a monthly high volume node. We just crashed through that again.
Okay, so it hit the high volume node, and then it fell off and went into kind of the value area low, is what you're saying.
Um, I don't know where the value area low is, but it's a monthly level that I had for like a volume profile from the beginning of September, I believe. So this may have changed, but that was a high volume node, like 74, 57, 74.
Okay.
I don't know where value area low is right now though.
Okay. I'm just going to pull up the higher time frame, and it looks like it's about the same. There is this previous block of liquidity right in here. Let's see if I can get that. Let's say roughly I'm just going to go conservative with this just to kind of mark out that liquidity level. But you know, if this were to drop, there's this previous liquidity to the left here, and you can see it was again, when this fell off, it came back up into that range. So, you know, my best guess would be if we lose 48, we go down to back test 28 even, if it breaks the line. But I think my first targets would be 57.48 if we lose the 75, 71-ish kind of area, the median line of the consolidation. So I'm going to drop down, and let's just get rid of this to make it a little cleaner. So dropping down to the 2 minute, and you can see it's losing that little 16-minute VPOC. It's below the red line. Boy, this is just looking juicy. I know there's news that just dropped right now, and then there's news again in about 15 minutes. I think we have PMI, and then we have JOLTS right at 10 o'clock Eastern. So, you know, this could be a little area of stubbornness. Let's call that.
We just got PMI. Oh no, that was Canada. Let me just double check here.
Yeah.
What just came out? Oh yeah, it is PMI.
Okay.
So we're green on PMI, 47.3. I think they were trying to get 47, so we beat that a little bit. So we're green on PMI.
Okay.
I don't know what that means though. Is it good or bad? It's looking like it's a bad thing, right?
The market is certainly reacting as if it's bad. Let's see. Product manufacturing index, I think, measures the prices it costs to manufacture.
So that's a sign of inflation then. So it's higher prices, right?
If it's higher to manufacture, then yes. I'm just double checking that because I don't want to go off totally half-cocked here. So the forecast was for 47.6. The previous was 47.2. Oh, this one hasn't actually come out. So we had the final manufacturing, which is kind of a medium impact, and the ISM manufacturing, which is the red folder, comes out in about 10 minutes. So moving back, looking at the final manufacturing, the forecast was 47, the previous was 47, the actual is 47.3, and actual greater than forecast is good for currency. Now let's kind of dissect that a little bit. If it's good for currency, which would be the dollar, then wouldn't that be bad for the stock market in terms of it, or bearish for the stock market? Am I correct on that?
And yeah, that'll mean higher prices, stronger dollar, higher prices for commodities. So that'll be bad for inflation. So
Okay.
that'll be bad for cutting rates.
Okay. There's some other interesting things to note about this in the Forex Factory notes. A reading above 50 indicates industry expansion, and below indicates contraction. So we're at 47.3, so we're actually still contracting, even though it's gone up. Blah, blah, blah.
I think within this context, this environment we're in right now, they might want that to contract even more to start cutting rates.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
that's
I see
seeming
that.
like they're talking about there, like if we're in a good environment, you would want it to contract a little bit, but I think right now they'd want that to contract way more than 47 to decrease those interest rates.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just looking at the notes some more, and the PMI is a survey of about 800 purchasing managers, which asks them to rate the relative level of business conditions, including employment, production, new orders, prices, supplier deliveries, and inventories. So it's gone up a little bit, but it's still contracting. Um, Market is reacting. So we're
So
looking at. Go ahead.
on the chart you had, like the 4-hour chart, I did a volume profile over the area you were talking about, like prior to this consolidation or bull flag that we have there. I think you called it a fair value gap or something like that.
Okay, you're talking about the 4 hour?
Yeah, so that goes back to when? Is that the 19th of August?
Yeah, or
That's where you were looking at?
possibly the 18th of September. Sorry.
18th. Okay, I want to just drop a volume profile over that and see what kind of nodes we're coming up with.
Okay, do you want to pull up your screen, or do you want me to try to do it on mine?
No, you could do it. My screen is a little messy, man.
Enough. Let's see here. It's been a minute since I pulled up the volume profile on this particular. Um, Gosh, this has me thinking. Let me just check something here. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So what I'm
Let's.
seeing here is a VPOC at 56.93. If we're checking from, let's say, the 19th of August. And then we have a low volume node coming up at 57.29.75. So maybe price would want to come back there right now and touch that to check if they have some activities. It's basically like a retest of the highs of that consolidation from the 19th.
Okay. So instead of doing volume profile, I'm actually doing a volume profile and a market profile side by side here.
Right.
So you're talking about, I'm sorry, did you say 57.25?
57, hold on. Let's say 57.30. That's the low volume node. And VPOC
57.30.
is 57.93.
57.93. So that's actually higher.
Oh,
So
sorry. 56.93, my bad.
56.93. Okay. So
Yeah.
looking at this, where the range bottomed here, it was about 56.93 exactly. Yeah, I can see it's this line right here. And then we got this up thrust. We started getting accumulation at the top of the range, and it accumulated. Then we got a breakout. It was a false breakout. Got a nice little peak there, a P-shaped profile that broke down. And a lot of times these are very bullish, but this could indicate, accumulation at the high that then just fell off. They're going to go back low and accumulate some more down below. So would this be the start of a new accumulation in this zone right here? It kind of looks like it to me. The upper half of the range perhaps is what's active. So I'm just looking at Friday. And I always find these types of profiles where it's like there's a extreme high and extreme low, and then a D-shaped profile in the middle. Really hard to gauge. A lot of times the price will just hang around 57.80 for a while. Looks like it did that here. Then we came up in the pre-market. There was a bit of a ledge if I extend it out, certainly on the volume profile, which is this blue one right here. And that was 58.08. This was a key level, since 3 a.m. my time. I was watching buyers kept coming in and stopping this from going lower right around 58.0850. And when that finally
Right.
broke down, it broke down hard. I mean, we're getting like a single print here,
Yeah.
just hardcore. Um, so, and 57.63 was the level that you mentioned prior as being kind of the, I'm sorry, did you say the VPOC or the bottom of the range?
It was the VPOC.
So that's right where we're at right now, and it's trying to lose it. I'm just going to change that to red because it seems to be a red day so far. So there's your 57.63.
Right, that was the low volume node. Yeah, that was the low volume node. And then 56.63 was the VPOC. Let me just I actually move my stuff around a little bit.
Okay.
Let me just line that back up.
I just, as an aside here, I want to mention the RVol. This is the sheep index, as it's called, which just measures the relative volume. You notice the volume has just been falling off each session. These wider bits are the pre-market, and these tighter bits are the NYSE open. So we did get a good amount of volume at the end on that spike on Friday, and then this pre-market volume was falling off, which this indicates a lot of stops getting hit. And now price is moving down, and you can see the volume is moving up. That means a lot of sellers jumped in there to get on top of that. So there was a lot of participation at the open. So I just wanted to mention that, and I want to pull up another chart here. Let's see.
Do you use NinjaTrader to trade Apex?
I do sometimes.
So you could trade Apex through Jigsaw?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So Jigsaw has a really cool feature where it's called a bridge. And so basically you can use Jigsaw to control NinjaTrader.
Oh, okay.
So there's some issues, and basically all these neat charts that I'm showing you that are Jigsaw. For example, this is a 1 minute swing chart with the volume profile added on. None of the charts are available when you are signed into NinjaTrader.
Okay.
So the only thing that's going to be available is going to be your DOM.
The DOM? Okay.
And also let me grab this, the auction vista, which is the heat map. That's what I'm showing you right here. So those two things, which are pretty cool, but it means, I lose the footprint chart if I'm in NinjaTrader. So you can pay for a second sign-in. It gets expensive. I think it's about $30 extra a month. And then sometimes what I would do is I'd have, two computers going. I have one signed into Jigsaw Direct, Jigsaw to Rhythmic, and then I'd have the other one signed into NinjaTrader and be trading off of NinjaTrader using Jigsaw. So there's workaround.
You can get all the bells and whistles.
Yeah. So lately I've just been focusing, let me clarify. I do love the volume profile in NinjaTrader. It's one of my favorite volume profiles that I've ever used. But beyond that, I don't use it. I don't use it for much else. So right now, I go back and forth, but yeah.
Wow, so I was listening to these guys on NinjaTrader, like they have a YouTube channel, right? And they demonstrate NinjaTrader and they trade live during the RTH session and stuff. And I saw that they actually have the COT data indicator. So you know what the COT is, right? The COT report.
No. No, yeah.
So the COT is like big institutions like banks and big hedge funds. They have to report their positions, right? So when they report their positions, the COT it displays it on their website, right?
Okay.
Now that it's like a week behind though. So what you see this week is for the prior week, right? So NinjaTrader actually has an indicator where just at the subchart you could actually see the numbers. So it shows you it's kind of like the banks are the non-commercial, right? No, the banks are the commercial, right? And then the institutions are non-commercial, and then they have like independent traders, which are smaller traders, as non-commercial something. They kind of describe it like that. So banks are commercial, institutions are non-commercial, and they kind of, the banks kind of hedge against institutions. So it kind of gives you a idea of where big money is placed in the market. So if you're looking at non-commercials, like let's say for ES right now on the daily chart, it's showing that we're minus 35,753, right? So it's minus 35,000 contracts on the daily chart from
I see.
last week.
Okay.
And the banks are minus 59,000. So basically it's looking like the whole market is basically short,
Okay.
right? But that's why maybe we're having this kind of like I guess resistance level, and now we're getting this big sell-off because it's showing that from last week both the banks and the institutions are basically short the market, or they've sold, you know.
I see.
So that's just something I kind of discovered looking at these guys stuff, and it's interesting. So I threw it on my chart. So I'll kind of keep tracking that a little bit.
That's great. Yeah, I think that's some real important insight. I'll have to. Is that something that comes stock with NinjaTrader?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll have to
yeah,
add that. I would just
yeah.
add to the Vold ratio, which is a measure of the stocks that are in the S&P are currently short minus 1.12 to 1. So there's definitely an edge to the bears right there. It's not huge.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see a 10 to 1 ratio as kind of like a safety net for just going short and not worrying about it. But
Mm-hmm.
it is there, and it makes me wonder if this is kind of like a lower volume push down to I still think it's going to 57.48.
Looking at the daily chart right now, it's really low volume with this massive candle that's developing right now. The volume is really low, so it's looking like maybe just a stop run. It's not really major selling, like people are actually short in the market. It's looking
Mhm.
like they're just kind of running some stops.
Yeah, it's all these trap traders in here. All these trap
Yeah,
longs are getting
yeah,
stopped out.
yeah.
And we did just have a news candle at 10 o'clock Eastern. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
look like much on the 5 minute, but you can see that little doji that printed right there. There was a big sell volume event, and price did not push down below. So we're definitely testing that previous liquidity to the left. We're testing this again 72 level, 75 to 71, which is kind of the median line of the range. Um, that's where I'd really like to see it fall off if I was going to get short and target the bottom of the range. Right now, it looks like it's trying to stage a comeback. Um,
I need to see if I'm getting a setup here. Let me see. I gotta throw on my VWAPs, take off this volume point of control, and see if where are we? We're at weekly Camarilla S3. So
okay.
let me
Um,
just see if there's a setup here.
I
Oh,
just
go
want
ahead, go ahead.
to, yeah, I just want to mention the footprint chart. you'll notice this is that 10 a.m. candle or footprint right here. There was a buyer absorption that happened around 57.70, and then price did push above it, and it sort of failed around 77, and then it came back under, and now it's starting to push lower again. But there was this huge delta unwind, 41.9 thousand contracts traded. Um, well, actually, the delta wasn't that big for the buyers. It was only about 2.8 thousand on the delta in terms of an edge to the bulls. So that may have just been a retracement or a sentiment candle that just went nowhere.
Yeah.
There is a, oops, didn't mean to delete that. Let's grab this one. There is a unfinished auction right here at 57.58.50. You can see there's no zero
57.
on the offer there, so that would be the next target.
So it's looking like we just hit VWAP on that doji candle on the 5 minute at 10 o'clock. So we kind of poked above VWAP a little bit, probably took out some stops, and now we're pushing back down to yesterday's low. So yesterday's low is at 57.56.25. So we're getting there right now, and
56.
that's
Oh
going
yeah,
to
we're
be
right
at
there.
the. See. So that's at the second lower deviation right now on the VWAP bands. And let's see what it does. Let's see.
So you're talking about it's breaking down below 57.59.
Right, so we just broke 57.56.25. That's yesterday's low. So I guess at this point, I would probably be looking for like a retest of let's see here. I'm looking for a retest of first lower deviation, which is now at 57.64.25. So if I get a retest there, I'd probably go short.
That would be kind of this green band right here, the top of
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's already too far down, man. It feels like chasing, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't think I'll take that though.
I'm just gonna take a look at the DOM here and just see. So one thing I did want to mention too was the order book imbalance, and I have Bookmap pulled up here, and you can see it's bouncing right at that 57.55 level, and just zooming in. So I'm looking for these icebergs, and there's one at 57.55. You can see that big orange block of liquidity. So generally when I see a number here that's below 10, a lot of times that'll act as support. Same thing up here, you've got an iceberg seller at 57.58.50. And so we just got an add down here. Now we have 13 at 57.55. That to me is a good sign to go short, and it did. It blew right through that level. So again, there's an iceberg here at 57.53, and if that 2 starts getting added to, then I'll know there's more selling interest. But wow, look at how it just came back. So that's pretty trappy. It is going back up to test previous liquidity, which was around 57.56. We got 52.75 trying to break. Just looks like it wants to continue. Looking at the order book imbalance, so up here on the top right, you can see the book is green, which means they're supplying. Sellers are offering tons of liquidity here. The volume is to the red side, so there's your imbalance. You got plenty of sellers, plenty of supply, overhead supply that's being offered, and the buyers are aggressively. The sellers. I'm mixing this up. I'm so sorry. So the sellers are more aggressive here, as you can see by the volume.
Hmm.
But there's tons of liquidity being offered above, so that's why the order book is green, and that's the order book imbalance that I like to see that stay, the book to the green side, the volume to the red side for more continuation down. I think
So
about it.
the green isn't the bid on top there. The top one, that's
It
not the
is,
bid.
it is the bid, but it's the order book imbalance. So right now you can see it's gone offer. I'm looking at where it says book right here, and
You know what that is? That's panic stops. You see how is the green is going like it's looking like it's overpowering the red.
mhm,
It's because those, and you can see it on the heat map. You see how they're gathering there is basically stops, and then they're running through those stops.
yeah,
That's why the bid is looking like that, and then the offer is looking like it's weaker, but really the offer is just pressing down on price.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, so I've been paying attention to that, and then Jigsaw has their own version which reads the opposite way, so it can be a little
Okay.
confusing. But up here, this is just there's been more sellers at 21,007 to buyers
Uh-huh.
at 19,000 in the market. So there's been a sell side imbalance. This is
And that's the DOM.
this is a power meter of the DOM.
Okay.
So looking here, you can see there's more buyers are in this middle line. There's
Hmm.
more bids being offered. That's being supplied to the sellers, and then you can see the aggression to the sell side where it keeps dipping to the red. So I'd actually like to see this lean to the blue in the middle column and lean to the red in the lower column, and that would be a good, like it's doing now, and that would be a good sign for continuation. So this blue and red box is essentially very similar to this green and red box below it. They're just kind of two different ways of looking at it. And look at that reaction.
You
Wow.
see what just happened there. You see on the bid side. You see how there's no more liquidity to the downside, and it just took off from there.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
um that's kind of like a in the I was thinking this was gonna happen because there is no more stops to eat up. So that's where the buyers are gonna step in now and start buying.
Hmm.
Like after they took out those stops,
Yeah. I
let's
just
see
want
if I get a
I just
setup.
want to I just want to mention that was right at that 57.48, which was the bottom of the range that we had marked earlier.
57.48. Okay, okay.
So if I zoom out to the 4 hour, these two white checked lines was kind of the range, and sure enough, it hit the bottom. And then, like you were saying, when you run out of liquidity down here on the book, you know, price bounces. Happens all the time.
But you see, they came back in. Those guys who just bought, their stops are right there because they're reversal traders and their liquidity is now at 57.45, right? That's them right below there. They're gonna get stopped out again as well.
Yeah, I'm seeing 57.50. There's an iceberg right there. You see that 2 on the quotes counter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
see
where
how
the
they're following price? That
yeah,
you see where it's coming down right there on the red on the
yeah,
heat map.
yeah,
They're
right here.
gonna get stopped out.
Yeah,
Yeah. And all those guys below there, they're gonna get stopped out again.
I think so too.
Because once there's liquidity down there to feed with all this heavy selling, because that's what they're doing. They're hunting stops, so they're gonna take out these guys. These guys are yep, they just got tagged. And you see how they
And
pull their
broke through.
orders.
Yep, broke through. And let's see what happens here. Again, 57.48 was the bottom of the range. I'm seeing a
Wow, they're
lot of
hunting, man. Look at that.
icebergs right here. So those just got added to, and they bounced. So they came back.
See, hmm. Yeah, I definitely have no setups for this kind of price action right now.
Yeah, it's kind of low volume, in terms of it could just reverse on you at any second. Um,
Um,
Not liking
Floor
that.
pivot S1 is at 57.40.25. So I think for the bears, that's their target. And after they achieve that, maybe we'll see some kind of bounce.
So you were saying 50s floor pivot. Which one is?
S1,
Okay, I have S1
S1
at 73.
at
Um,
73.
yeah, but our pivots are slightly different. I know you use the anti-cooling pivots, if I'm not mistaken.
No, this is floor pivots, not the Camarillas.
Just double checking. Yeah, I'm on the traditional floor pivots.
And you have S1 at what level?
What I'm seeing is right around that middle level again, 57.74-ish, this purple line right here. And then I have S2 down at 57.34.
Let me double check this. Yeah, my pivots are saying S1 at 57.40.25.
Is that maybe a weekly?
No, it's daily.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just pop over to the Camarillas too, just take a look. So you said we were at S3 pretty recently. Oh, I have us below S4. So that's the sell
S5
level.
is now at S5 is 57.49.5. So
Okay.
that's roughly where we're at right now.
And that's this level right here. Got that marked. So when we lose S5 cam, I like to switch over to the floor pivots. And I don't know if it's going to go all the way past S4 floor pivot, but I'll just leave that marked on here. My feeling for today is S2 around 57.33 if this continues past 49.50. There's a lot of support coming in right here. It's definitely getting fought with. Take a look. Yeah, there's still room. I've got the outer third VWAP band is actually below S2 floor pivot. Goes down to 57.27. So those are all viable. And I just want to swap over to SPX and just take a look.
Right now we're bouncing off of the second deviation. This might be a little setup here for me, but I'm gonna wait till it gets to S1. And I think I might go long at S1. Well, my S1 is at 57.40.25.
Okay.
So let me see.
So taking a look at SPX here, a lot of times SPX likes to play around inside the IB range. I don't know if we've been a full IB. We've got another 10 minutes on this, but this gray shaded area, sometimes if it can't break out of it, then it'll start to return to the range, do another mean reversion. So as long as it's kind of losing this level, that's bearish. Looking at 56.92 on SPX. 56.94 would be the previous 16-minute VPOC.
So in 10 minutes we have Dallas Fed Services index. I think that's the last news before I think Fed Bostic. Oh man, look at the reversal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it's right there at that.
Oh man. I think it's gonna come down some more, so I'll wait. I'll wait.
Yeah, we're getting a big kind of W shape on the heat map. Let me see if I can show you that.
I think maybe if we accumulate a little bit, get a little shakeout to 57.40, then I could think about going long.
Yeah, there's a big block of liquidity right there. Look at the arbitrage traders have all kind of lined up on that 57.40 line.
Right.
So I'm seeing sellers on the books.
Yeah, I think we're gonna come back down.
Sorry, I'm seeing liquidity being provided above on the books, and buyers are a little more aggressive right here, looking at the volume that's being traded.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, I'm hesitant to say because it's really kind of breaking above previous liquidity right here. It's looking pretty aggressive to the upside. We may, there's this level at 56.56 there was some pretty heavy volume that occurred there, and there's a liquidity block that's now getting retested. I'll just show you what I'm looking at here. So just looking at the Auction Vista heat map, you'll notice right here this block right around 57.58. There was a lot of volume that occurred right there. Buyers got absorbed, sellers took over, and so we bounced back up to it. There was this kind of like, almost looks like a little bull flag, a little double bottom, and then we're getting a bunch more volume right here at 56.56 again. So if it moves above this level, I would be interested in a mean reversion, kind of a long. Just take a look.
I'm supposed to go long here at 57.55. I have a setup right here, but I missed it.
Is that your Bowling Green?
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I see it right here. Right when we broke the VWAP band at 57.53, and then we're retesting that bottom line where it broke down from. So that's a good indication. This thing could at least go to 57.65, and it looks like it's really turning around right here. Let's see, I'm looking at 57.67 as a possible upside target, which would be right near the top of this range. I'd like to see if this back tests this level right here at 57.59 first. Let me see if I can pull in the DOM so we can see what's going on there.
Right, so I saw by 57.55 is gonna be a 2-point stop loss on that. So let's see if it comes back.
So you got long right here?
No, it's
sure.
it's a buy limit.
Gotcha.
It's a limit order at 55.
Limit order at 55. So that's about right there. Oops.
All right, let's see what's. I think it's gonna come back and retest that level. Let's see if it's gonna hold when I get figured in.
Yeah, there's a high point on the session profile right around 56, and it's dropping off. There's a low point at 54.50. So did you got filled on that?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, so 54.50 holds. That's a good spot.
My stop is at 52.75. I'm going back to the 2 point stop and just risk 100. So I'm out. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
out.
You said you were
So
at
I'm feeling like my stop was at 57, 52.75.
57, 52, 75. Got it. Yeah, so we stopped out.
Yeah, so I got
Or you stopped
clipped.
out. Yeah, it's back testing that that VWAP band, and you
All
sometimes
right,
these.
so I'm gonna look for the setup I was talking about before with floor S1. If we revisit or we never tag floor S1, so 57.40. If we tag that, I'm gonna go long from there.
Okay.
That's gonna be probably around the second lower deviation band. Yeah, the second lower deviation band is almost touching 57.40 right now. It's at 57.41. So if we come back down there, I'm a tagging around there.
Gotcha. So I just have that marked,
Mm.
5741. And you know what? My VWAP is, it probably the reason it's reading differently. I have it set to the NinjaTrader settings. Yeah, let's change that. Like 2.8.
All right, so
I'm blanking on what it was. So.
let's see.
And remind me, you're trying to get long at 5740?
Yeah, because I know the Bears, that's their target. Like R1, S1, R1 is for the Bulls. That's their target for the day. Anything more than that, is just gravy. S1 is supposed to be the Bears target. I got that from Secrets of a Pivot Boss. So he
Yeah.
was talking about that. So it looks like it makes sense because I see it happens a lot. So let's see if they're gonna tag that and maybe hold. I mean, I only have 2 points, so that'll be 200 loss if I get tagged out again. I think I'm only going for like 3 trades, so max loss for the day will be 300, and trying to get like maybe 1,000 on the day, like profit sometimes, So trying to keep the loss at like around 300 max for the day.
That's good. I just got a message from Eli, and he did really well today.
Oh, that's good, man.
Yeah,
Those guys jumped on the short.
looks like he was trading up to 3 contracts, and he did. Gosh, it looks like he did close to 150 ticks.
Wow.
Definitely over 100 here. Yeah, he killed it. He had some losses, but they were small to start, and then he had a big win, and then just kind of came back from there. He did almost 1,000.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this liquidity is resting here at 57.40. I just need to get tagged and let's bounce from there. And that would be a perfect setup if I catch that.
There's a 270 lot at 57.40 on MES, and there's a 170 lot just below it. Now at 350 lot at 41.50.
Damn, we're leaving. Come on, guys, just tag 57.40.
Yeah, for real, right? Let's see if I can see what's going on here. Yeah, we're back up at 48.
Damn, they're leaving. They're leaving. I think they're still gonna come back. They're gonna come back.
Yeah, I think it might.
Let's see, what's the IB low? The IB low is 57.58. Let me just mark that up.
That is off of the NYSE open, right?
Yeah, 9:30.
Okay. Because I have 5,800 as the overnight open, the extended trading IB range. It's back up at 58.
Oh,
But yeah, there's two different ones you can look at.
um, come on, guys, tag me in and let's go.
So there is that volume right here around 57.42, and it's breaking below 41.50. It tested it. There's a block at 41, and there's a big block at 40. The volume's kind of low on the books, so let's move this out of the way. Yeah, I traded the pre-market this morning, so
Yeah,
had a couple wins.
so you don't have to trade anymore.
I just kind of keeping it small, you know. There's your 57.40
Okay,
just got tagged.
All right, so I'm in. Come on, bounce. Don't hit my stop. My stop is at 37.75.
It's a lot of volume right there. Just watch. I'm gonna close
And I
this
think
out.
with this 2 point stop, I'm probably gonna take a lot of stop outs. But when my trade does work, it's gonna, the risk management is gonna outweigh the profits is gonna outweigh the risk management over time.
Sure.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I get that. That's smart.
Because this guy Robert Roth or something like that, I forgot his name. Okay, we're going. So he has like a 9, I think it's how much? It's 9 ticks. I think it's like 2 points, and he just trades real mechanically at VWAP. He enters at VWAP. He enters at these deviation bands, and then when he hits his target, he just closes down that evaluation or that PA account, and then just goes to another one. So, and if he hits like his max loss, which I think is like 225, so he does like 2 trades per evaluation or PA account. And once he hits his max loss, he's out of that one and he goes to another one. And this guy is just getting payouts like left, right, and center, bro. And then Apex told him like they're gonna evaluate his stuff because he got so much payouts. They told him you can't open any more evaluations, and we're gonna monitor you for like a month. And then they're gonna like a live prop firm account. Damn, my stop is trailing too tight. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go for 57.61.
Okay.
75. So it's looking good so far. 137 in profit, so I cleared my loss.
Yeah, it's just running now.
Yeah, my trailing stop is 4 points. So I'm at 57, 47, 75 right now. And almost tagged me out. Yeah, so I'm out.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
I'm holding up
275
on
on the day. Right, so
Nice.
all right, that's cool with me, man. That's cool with me.
Green is green, I would say.
Yeah, man. So what I should do, according to his kind of style, is I should go for like, because you gotta make more than your max loss, right? So if on the day I'm risking like let's say 350, right?
Mhm.
At this point, I should try and make like about two more trades like this.
I like how you're kind of trading, with reasonable expectations. You're not just trying to hold for a complete range traverse, but just kind of realistic, playing within the VWAP bands, and you know, having your entries start there and end there if it fails. Because a lot of times price will go sideways and chop. So it looks like that's what we're getting, a bit of that right now.
Yeah.
Well, this has been some good stuff, man. I appreciate you jumping on. I've always wanted to catch some of the open like this on our on our podcasts and etc. So this is cool. Maybe we can try to do some of these every week, maybe one day, if we have time. Jump in on the open. I like doing it on a day like today when there's news, because I don't really like to trade the news, so it gives me 15 to 30 minutes to kind of assess the market and see what the reaction to the news is before I worry about getting in. So
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool.
yeah,
Good
real
stuff.
cool. Looks like we're right about an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. But again, thanks so much for joining us. This is the Premium Tier Futures Discord at Premium FTS on X, and I'm here with our admin Nigel, and he's been doing some live trading and while we're talking about the market. So thanks for joining. Give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and feel free to hit us up in the comments. Join the Discord. There should be a link in the bio. If not, I can always send you a link, so hit me up in the comments. And
All right, y'all, take care.
Thanks again for joining us. All right, we're gonna feed some drums in. That was a good session. Just take us out a little bit. Thanks again for joining, guys. We'll catch you at some point next week. And keep it green out there. Trade safe. Talk to you soon.